for today is
It is gender roles in a relationship. It has nothing to do with mental health necessarily, but a mama can tie things in. I just feel like this was a great topic because we talk about it. You're a married woman, and I feel like y'all fall into gender norms in your home. Me just dating, it be all over the place. But if you date me, I'm mad submissive for the right person. So if it's the wrong person, I'm big dog, and it is what it is.
a whole grown ass man.
Yes, yes, yes. Let me hold the door open for you, bad bitch. Like, let me do what I need to do. And for me being like a sexual minority, because I date women too, and those gender roles in the LGBT community, it's my juice, y'all. It got me a little saucy if I'm a little disorganized. I'm always disorganized.
Juice? What are you drinking?
Girl, Jack Daniels. You have those like Jack Daniels spritzers. I'm gonna invite Wayne up because I would like to have a man point of view about something.
Where do you get that from?
Huh?
I said,
Where I get this from? Grocery shopping. Where I was at? Giant Eagle? No, I was at BJ's. And I was like, ooh, adult beverages. It was Ashley's party, so I was like, let me grab some little spritzers. Like, and seriously, every Black person that walked through the door is just like, there's no liquor at this party. It's a 5-year-old party. Come on now, like. If you wanted liquor, you should have brought it. But
no,
I brought cake.
I was reading a post that said that it's culturally acceptable for people, brown people to have liquor at their parties for kids.
Oh, I mean, I'm an alcoholic, so I have liquor usually on myself. So I didn't know why they expect the host of a child's party to accommodate grown-ups. And I was talking to my auntie too, and this has nothing. We talking about the wrong shit, but you got me. Come on. Anywho, or you need to just come on here one day and just be talking shit.
Right.
But anywho, girl. Anywho, about gender identity, I feel like I can only acclimate to gender roles in a relationship when the man is actually upholding those gender norms. Like he's doing the manly shit that he's supposed to do. He's the provider. Because women has to be submissive, right? And I think sometimes men forget they have to also be submissive. You submit to each other. I think they forget that part of a relationship. But I feel like egotistical guys tend to be like, the fuck. But like, if I feel like a nigga ain't on my level with shit, like, there's no way I can submit to you. Like, I'm doing. So you telling me I'm working at 40 hours a day? 40 hours a week, just like you working, or if or not. So I'm doing everything you think I'm supposed to cook, clean, do everything you need like a servant. I feel like men sometimes feel like we are servants, but they're not providing. They not doing anything. They're not paying bills. I cannot. It's just like, why would I submit to that? I cannot. I just cannot. Like, but I am all for gender roles when it suits me. And I tell men, like, submitting to a man is not even necessarily submissive in the sense in my head. It's more like I'm allowing something to happen that I have fully control of. You still need to give me that, nigga, you boy. That's my little brother. First of all, like, you ain't
hey, little Johnny.
I'm about to read. Don't make me read you online, little boy.
Yeah, I totally agree. If you're not leading the marriage, then I don't feel like there should be this sense of entitlement to this respect and servitude in the marriage. So if you're going to have a marriage with traditional gender roles, then play your role, if you want the woman to play her role. I just feel like it's just so it's so imbalanced now, because men still expect the, like Lil Johnny said, the respect and the servitude from women when they're not the leader in the marriage, when they're not providing, when they're not taking care of business, and it just doesn't make sense.
I totally agree with you. And I can't read my brother. He's the one who's writing all the comments because he sounds very silly, very silly. But I'm gonna be nice. But
I don't know. He said, problem is you got a lot of women that live in a fantasy and they scared to live in a real world. I think it's some truth to that. I think. Remember that dude? What was his name? Who used to be talking shit about women, telling them that they not valuable.
Kevin Samuel.
Kevin Samuels, yeah. It was women on there who I would say weren't that attractive, and they had no job, and they had several children. I'm just saying, like, that's fantasy to expect certain things from people when you're not.
No one's ugly. They just don't have
I
enough
didn't say they
money.
were ugly. I would say they were unattractive. But other people would say maybe they were attractive. I'm just saying. What the fuck are you doing?
I just think that's crazy. Huh?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Who, me?
Yeah, I feel like maybe I got an echo going on. Hold on.
There probably is an echo, but I'm just sitting out. I'm using my other phone to invite people to the show. Girl, you notice I multitask.
Oh, okay, I'm like, what are you doing? But I think that was my microphone. I got this microphone. I'm like, what is going on?
Oh, it must have been your angle. Because when you leave it up there, it's not doing that thing. Do it again.
Right here? It's not doing it?
No.
Okay. But then I'm not about to hold it like this.
Okay, you're right, because I didn't want to hold my phone.
I thought you had like a little microphone on you.
No, I have nothing. And I was going to spend some money on a microphone, and then I was just like, I'd rather buy a wig.
You goofy.
So, you see it. It's cute.
It is. It's very cute.
This my jaw, right?
But I use my phone for other things, so it wasn't such a big deal. I don't just use it for the podcast.
Okay. What else you use it for?
Oh, I sing on my little karaoke app, and the microphone.
Oh, I know that's right. The what's it called? What's that called? What do it?
Smooly.
Something. I love that fucking and they say you need some type of headset or some shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Girl,
so
that shit make you think you can sing for real. You'd be like vocals, like.
If you put on the right effects, it do be having you feeling like you in the studio or something.
If you fired.
But yeah, I don't know. I didn't say that they were ugly. Let's go back to that. I didn't say they were ugly. I said, to me, they seemed like they were unattractive with no jobs and several children, but they were expecting to have a man take care of them. Like,
every woman was not unattractive. I think Kevin Samuel was being an asshole. I feel like he was just being a dick for no reason. And because it was one lady, she had one kid and she made 6 figures, and her expectation was to date another man who makes 6 figures. And I feel like he was blowing down on her, like, you have a kid, so you think a dude with no kids is gonna marry you with 6 figures? I don't know why my brother keep talking, because he
actually had. I don't know. I'm not about to read all of that.
I'm just surprised he's spelling out real words. Look at that. The whole thing.
But you were saying? But I didn't agree with him on that. I didn't agree with him on that one. I did see that one or whatever.
But okay, so some of the posts that was posted with uncensored and off duty. So one post was just like, it was a man on there, pretending to be Kevin Samuels. He's a genius. Who's a fucking genius?
No, don't even engage. Come on, what are you talking about?
It would be Wayne to like make Donnie feel special. Anywho, what that threw me off. Anywho,
I see.
But what was that? I done lost my Oh yeah,
You're
I
talking
was
about the
saying.
video of the guy who seemed confused about the fact that women are not willing to cook, clean, take care of all the household duties, and work a job, a full-time job.
Right. Yeah, he was just like, where are all the women making sandwiches? And the nigga was like, they at work, sir. But where are all the women that like do the laundry for you? They was like, well, they're at work, just like you're at work. Like it's like I feel like whoever's not working should be the domesticator. I don't give a fuck. If you're not working, you should be domesticating. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not working 8 hours to come home and do another 8-hour shift. Like that's wild to me. Like the fuck. And honestly, I don't think I'm going. If I wanted a roommate, I can go get a roommate and then we can split everything. Like you want this sassy? I am sassy. Like you want this sassy mess to submit to somebody who's a roommate? No, nigga. Like no. Everything you do, I'll do it for myself. Like you're doing nothing. You're doing nothing. You want to split the bills? I'm not. I don't believe in 50-50. You believe in 50-50? I believe in 60-40.
In my marriage, it's 100%. I give 100% of myself to my husband, and he gives 100% of himself to me. We do not do that whole 50-50. Oh, this is my responsibility, and that's your responsibility. No. Whoever is busy or tired at the time, the other person takes care of it. And that's just common sense. We both work, so we both clean. We both cook. We both take care of the kids. If they need to go get haircuts, go to doctor's appointments, whatever the case may be. You know, if one person is tired, the other person picks up the slack. And that just makes sense. I'm not about to sit up here and say, oh, that's not my job. I'm not supposed to do that. No, because we in it together. That's a partnership.
So how did y'all have that conversation? Like, how did that come about?
This took 10 years of work to get where we are now. We had a lot of arguments. And then once we learned how to communicate, we started to have a lot of conversations about how he was feeling, his needs that he felt weren't being met, my needs that I felt weren't being met, and how we can make it happen for both of us to be happy. It took 10 years of work. 10 years of work. Marriage is work. Okay. You don't just marry somebody and then everything is magically okay. You have to take the time to evaluate yourself, them, they evaluate themselves and work on it. I feel like it's certain things that's just not going to work, and that's sex. If y'all not sexually compatible, I don't see it working out with anybody. You're going to be unhappy about that shit for your whole marriage. So I would suggest you pick somebody that's at least sexually compatible with you, and then you can work on the other shit.
But sexuality is on a continuum. What turns you on at 17 is not going to turn you on at 25. And what turns you on at 25 is not going to turn you on at 30. And baby, 30 every year might be something different, you know?
I don't have that issue. I don't have that issue. I mean, people change, people grow up, people mature. That's going to happen. But I feel like people can grow together instead of growing apart. Especially if you have a foundation of friendship.
That's true. I think you're speaking all facts.
I don't know who this King Cool Cash person is. Pick up the slack. Honey, what are you talking about?
Okay, he straight up, he was talking about y'all must not have coworkers that are lazy. And he said y'all must have never worked with lazy coworkers. Pick up the slack. Ha.
You talking about King, are you talking about a lazy coworker like a lazy partner in a relationship?
Yes, he was relating it to that.
Oh, okay. Communicate that. Communicate that. That's what I would say. Like, look, you're not doing it. You're not doing this, that, and the third. And you need to do this, that, and the third. I need you to do it for me, for yourself, for us. Communicate that. But we are not. I didn't have a good role model of a healthy relationship on two people communicating with each other. in both of the marriages that I was exposed to, one of them was my biological parents, which was terrible. Then it was my foster parents, which was equally as terrible without the drugs and alcohol. But they didn't communicate. Like my mother was hiding stuff from my father. My father was hiding stuff from my mother. There was a lack of honesty, and it didn't work either time. It just didn't work.
It's like if you work with a lazy coworker that know you're gonna do your job, and they're gonna let you do everything. You know what? And I agree with you on that, because it was also, I think I posted that too. That like, if I'm not gonna pick on men, we're gonna just say partner. If a partner know you gonna wash the dishes, the partner's gonna leave the dishes in there. When I was in the same sex relationship, and I bought all the toiletries because the girl she took too long to do this stuff, so I did everything, like buy all the shit. And I asked her one day, I'm like, bitch, why you didn't buy? It was masks for COVID. I'm like, why you didn't buy no masks? And she was just like, well, shit, I knew you was gonna do everything, so I didn't do it. So, and I feel like, and I think that's selfish. I think there's people in relationships that do act in that way, who's more manipulative. Like, if you know your wife is going to do that shit, you're not going to do it. Like, I'm not going to take out the trash. I'm not a trash taker. I'm not even going to pretend like I'm doing it, but I'm honest about that. I'm like, that's a man's work.
Okay, there's a difference between not taking out the trash and just letting the shit pile up until it's falling onto the floor. You know you're not gonna take it out. So then it becomes up to you to be like, hey, you know what? Can you take this trash out? Whatever is piling up. And if they're just like, why the fuck didn't you take the trash out? And that's not something that you're gonna deal with, then that should be communicated right away. Those are things that you need to know. Those small things that you need to know before you get into a long-term relationship with anybody, because those small things will break a marriage, because they pile up over time. And then you just end up having a whole fist fight over some trash. You don't know.
I agree with you.
I think
I feel like.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, what you about to say?
No, I said one of the posts you had was kind of, when you're looking for a partner, it's like a job description. I think you was telling me, you had sent me a post. So if your partner isn't meeting like this job description or whatever that you're expecting them to meet, then you should definitely not even waste your time.
I agree, but no one's like, when you first go on dates, no one acts like their true selves. I even hear with men, like men be like, a lot of women are nasty. I said, yes, I do, and I'm one of them. But it wasn't to the point. This is like 2 years later, and y'all living in the house together, and you like, God damn, this bitch is nasty. I tell people, like, you should spend as much time. If this your partner, you should spend as much time with them and really get to know who they are. Because these niggas nasty too. I'm like, oh, when I was dating this one guy, and I had to explain to him, I was going behind him cleaning up. And he was like, no, you're not. I said, I'm telling you, every time you move in my shit, I'm behind you cleaning the fuck up. I said, he didn't believe me. I said, okay, one day, I'm about to show him that I'm going to point shit out to him that he didn't realize he was doing. And I did that shit. I said, you see how you left that glass right there? There's no coaster, just sitting shit right there, and you walked away. I said, look, I go behind you and I pick that shit up and throw it away for you. Like how you just leave your place somewhere, I go behind you, pick that shit up. When you leave crumbs anywhere, like I go behind you and I sweep that shit up. I might be cluttered, but like actual filth, I can't do that shit. I can't do bugs, I can't do animals, so I'm gonna be right behind you. I'm sweeping that shit up. But like, damn. And he was like, damn. I'm like, yeah, nigga. I said, literally, it's too much. And then this guy, my ex, he actually took really good care of me. But like, say if he wasn't like getting my nails done and taking me out places, and like I'm doing all this shit for a dude who's ungrateful.
Yeah, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. And if you are putting up with, see, it's like people get into relationships, right? And then they're like, oh well, if he wanted to do it, then he would do it. Well, I think he's showing you that he doesn't want to do it and he's not going to do it. So why are you still believing in this fantasy of him eventually doing it? I don't get it.
Because I think honestly, I kicked Johnny out the live because he was getting on my nerves. But but he actually had a point. Women do live in this magical realm that we have, that we fall in love with the potential of a mate, and we don't take their truths. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I ended up, like, I had to come to a realization, like, nah, if this person is showing me who they are, like, that's how you're going to be even at the end. Even when I was going to marry that African dude who was kicking my ass, I was just like, no, he's like, you know, once we get married, I'm not going to beat you anymore. And I'm like, what?
Get the fuck out of here. I did not know he said that.
Yes. He was like, because you're really mine then. Like, I don't have to, you know, put my hands on you. And I looked at him and I was just like, no, that makes sense. If you do that shit now, you're going to do that shit worse, honestly. And so I feel like that was like a learning lesson for me. And that's why, like, I don't stay in relationships long, in a sense, because as soon as I see that red flag, I'm like, I'm not about to work on that shit. Like, this is how you act at the beginning. This is how you're going to act in the middle. This is how you're going to act at the end. So I bounce. I skedaddle. Period.
But he had money, right?
Oh my God, he had money. And the money was long. It was long. And I still had to do my self-worth. I'm like, is it worth getting my ass kicked?
Y'all act like people can't change. So, okay, let's flip this, okay?
Right.
Y'all act like people can't change. So, are you going to get into a relationship with a woman that has the potential to be pretty, or who is already pretty? What you going to do? You going to wait for her to start, I don't know, fixing herself up and take care of herself?
Because she got bad hygiene, all that shit.
Right. If she got you, why would she put in that effort after y'all together? And it's the same thing for a man. If he got you acting a certain way, why would he change how he's acting? He got you. So obviously you're gonna put up with it. So why would he change it?
He ain't got nothing to say now. Are you silent now?
Huh?
I said he's silent now. He ain't writing that now.
Who am I?
That bitch kitty cat snake. You about like, I'm about to go eat this bitch up. Then you go down to the kitty cat snake. You'll be like, she has potential to be great. She has the potential. All I gotta do as a man, teach this lady how to clean her kitty cat. And it's going to be amazing. Fuck out of here. What?
No.
What?
No.
What?
Don't lie. Don't put those lies on me.
Women are different. But one man, did what you trying to say? Women, or are you what? One man are different, or would you trying to say women are different? Are you using text talk, sir? Are you using text talk? Because baby, it's not giving. He said we usually do anything to please the woman. No, you do anything to please the woman, and you know I know you, so hey, you do everything. You was a good dude, for sure. A little slow, but it was cool.
Oh, you working? Okay, well, thank you for joining us anyway. We appreciate that,
girl. All right, you working?
See, and that's why I'm married and you single, because you see what I just did. Okay, so his texting is messing up a little bit, but it makes sense because he's working. But even though he's working, he's still joining us on the show. So show a little appreciation.
You don't even like him.
So sometimes I don't like my husband. I'm like, thank you, baby. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, sir. My good sir. I appreciate you coming on. I always appreciate you. You need to come up here. I invited you up because we do need a male point of view.
But let's flip it a little bit. Let's talk about when gender roles do work in a relationship.
I'm sorry. Who I haven't seen that yet.
I think they can work if each person is committed to playing their role. And some people need a role to play. They need to be told what they're supposed to be doing. They can't just figure it out. It's not circumstantial. You got to be like, okay, look, this is what you're supposed to be doing. And then I think they'll do it. But if they're just kind of supposed to figure it out on their own, I don't think it's going to work. Some people need to be told. Some people, like marriages that have lasted for 50 plus years, what have you heard people say? The man will tell you every time. He'll be like, oh, you got to talk to the boss. He talking about his wife because she runs shit. He like, I make the money or whatever, she spend it. She makes sure everything gets taken care of or whatever. And all I got to do is work and show up. That's it.
I mean, I see those, but are they really happy?
Yes.
Is a man really happy? I feel like sometimes they just do shit. They love this person. And I mean, and that's all about love. They love someone so much they want to please this person. I feel like that's why they always talk about, and I'm talking about like all across all cultures, because I never really necessarily heard my particular culture talk about that. They'd be like, oh, ball and chain and like shit like that. But I feel like when you think about a lot of marriages, that end in murder, it's always the man murdering the woman. I just want to, say that.
I can't speak to that, but as somebody who worked in home care, taking care of many different elderly couples all across different cultures, the older couples, the boomers who are now 80 plus years old, they subscribe to those old gender norms and they are happy. The guys are happy and the woman is still playing her cards. She's slow, she moving a little slow, but she's still cooking. She's still making sure the laundry and shit is done. She's still taking care of his needs or whatever the case may be. Even if she got to hire somebody else to do it, she making sure that it gets done. And what is he doing? They living off of his pension. He worked his whole life and now they don't have to work because his money is taking care of the house now that they're older and retired. And he's comfortable. Comfortable. A comfortable man a lot of times is a happy man. And I've seen it.
I'm gonna agree with you. I'm also gonna say even if the words are reversed and there's a stay-at-home dad, I agree with everything you're saying about the partner should know their role in a relationship and respect it and don't deviate from it in a sense to create a certain amount of harmony. So just that, and I just feel like that just take out. I don't subscribe to societal standards and stuff. If you as individuals have an agreement, so man or woman staying at home, and like they just subscribe to those things. Like if the man is not working, you just make sure your wife not coming home doing the fucking laundry, cooking, and taking all the fucking kids. I feel like that's completely unfair. I feel like a selfish person will allow the woman to be the provider and the caretaker. If it's supposed to be a team, y'all should be working shit out together. I feel like I don't necessarily care about. I prefer gender roles. My preference is because I don't like doing heavy shit. Like even like I went shopping for Ashton's party and I had my old lady cart and like my guy friends was over here and they was all like all of them was making fun of me. Got this old lady cart. I said I'm the one who's carrying the fucking groceries in my house. Like so the cart helps me because I can't do that shit by myself. I'm not a fucking man who have a lot of shrimp. So and I was like, oh shit, everybody got quiet because I guess that made the room dark, right? I'm a single mom, right? So they was just like, oh shit, that do make sense. I said, yeah, don't fucking laugh at a single mother, like, but I don't mind. Like, if I was the caretaker, like, honestly, I prefer being the boss and my partner and not doing shit. Because I don't like doing laundry and washing dishes or doing what is perceived as the woman role in the relationship. And I still found a way. I feel like I still found a way to submit just a little bit. Just a little bit. But when I am in that role, I am a grown ass man.
It's good to be in a role. Let's say, okay, so you work, right? You're the main provider. You don't do the laundry or the dishes or clean up the house. Let's say your partner takes care of that. I think that it's good that maybe your partner would make decisions. That's part of leading as well. Sometimes I feel like I'm the one that's making a lot of decisions, and sometimes that could be really stressful. So it's good to have a partner who can make decisions and get things done for you, and that's a way of submitting too.
Yeah, but this is my only thing. This is my only thing. If my shit together and your shit ain't together, I ain't listening to nothing you say, because obviously your shit ain't together.
But that's a lack
You
of
know,
respect. If you're expecting him to play this role, why get pissed at him for playing it? You're the one who
no,
is.
you play your role. But like, I don't know. So remember when the old girl I was fucking with, I'm like, you're not going to work, you got to go to school. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's not, like, you should be bettering yourself. Like, there's a role, but like, you're not going to be stagnant or, excuse me, or complacent in that fucking role. You using this time to better yourself. Like, that's my thing. It's the laziness. It's the like, what the fuck? Like, this is your life. You want to do this shit? Like, all this? No, fuck. You gotta go to school. You gotta pick up a trade. Like, you gotta be doing something, baby. Like, it's not just you using this time. Because honestly, I can wash my own damn clothes. I'm doing that shit now. I can wash my own damn dishes. I got a dishwasher. Like, I pay for the shit I need. So it's just like, honestly, just use this time to better yourself, right? Learn how to do stocks. Do something that's gonna better my life. You ain't gotta work, but you've been looking up stocks and you telling me what to do in that sense. But like, if you're not doing
And
shit,
that's what men are saying. You're saying the same thing that men are saying. I'm providing for you. You're doing the dishes, the laundry, you're taking care of the house, but I'm still expecting more. I think they're saying the same thing. I want you to try to better yourself. I want you to bring something else to the table. And you're saying the same thing.
I agree. But fuck, know that table right there. That's where's the table? I am the table. Like, but it should be, we should be trying to better our family. We should be like, let's build an empire, like the real time. Oh, real kind. Oh, girl, this shit remind me. Okay, so this dude on Snapchat slid in my, shit on Snapchat. Don't know who the fuck he is, right? But I was gonna let this nigga talk. No, he like, girl, that's tell you about him. Like,
No.
Oh my God, so he slid in there. I'm like, it's Snapchat. I don't even know who you are. He sent the picture. Just fat, bald, and short.
Ooh.
And this man, my bad, y'all. This man was talking. And he was just like, yeah. My bitch gotta do this, she gotta do that, she gotta bring this to the table, she gotta do this, that, third, the other, blase. And I'm like, okay. I said, oh, what do you do? What do you do, you CEO?
Right.
You gotta be making 6 figures, right? You want all of this. And you're short, you're fat, and bald. Not really attractive. Like, he like, nah. I work at a group home. I said, oh, you making $13 an hour. You talking about you a bitch got to bring a bag. You don't even have a bag. You have pocket change. Like, I said, oh, and you thought you can step to me. I said, oh, I said, my Snapchat must be too boring. Like, you must have thought you had it. I'm like, you don't. You don't. You want all this shit from female. You can't even offer looks. You're not even nothing to stare at. Because I like to look at my man. You look good. I want to look at you. Like, you look good. But, like, you're ugly. And you're broke. You live in a 1-bedroom apartment with 2 kids, 2 baby mamas, and you make $13 an hour. You're not an asset, baby. I said, you need to pipe down. You got to stay in your lane.
What did he say? What did he say to all that? I bet you heard his feelings.
Oh, because obviously he's on my heels. He's on my heels. He like, I feel like God told you to say that to me. I'm really gonna work on myself.
Damn.
I told that dude, I said, Cash App Bunny Honey, baby. Because this is life coaching. I need my fun, so I do that shit for a living. I'm not about to talk to you. You out your league, baby. You out your league. Quiet down. Do something. Get a new job. Do something. Do something, boo. And it's crazy the way he was talking like girls is after your money. Oh God, oh my God. I got another story. I'm so sorry. Just I met a guy and he was saying the same shit, but he was fine. He was fine.
Okay.
Right? You know what I'm saying? But I didn't ask too many questions. When you first meet somebody, you don't really say about it, blase. But like we exchanged numbers or whatever, and he was just like, yeah, I'm tired of, females trying to get me because of, my money and this, that, third, the other. I said, oh shit, what you do for a living? Oh, I don't work. You don't work. What do you do? Oh, I said, you must have retired early, obviously. Oh, no, I get an SSI check. I said, you talking about your $850? You talking about girls after your $850 a month? Do you know how much is the cost of living? I said, well, I don't even know why you're trying to date. You need to get well. Like, you need to get well. Like, what like, what the fuck? You're 850? Like, baby.
Wow. 850.
Baby, what?
But no, he lost me at females.
Oh, I always try to break down to dudes, not to use the word female. I say you reducing a woman down to her sex. I feel like that's fucked up. Like anything can be a female. There's a female plant. Like you're reducing a human being, a life force, to just a sex. That's fucked up. And I think it's intentional. It's a lack of respect for women.
Yep. Yeah, that conversation started off all wrong. Just the females part, and he lost me, and that was it. I was out of it.
But a lot of males say that. And I feel like it's intentional. And that's when I hear I correct them. Because I don't play that kind of shit. Like, oh no, you're talking to a selective feminist. Selective. Because it's whatever you say, King. It's whatever you want. But I'm a selective feminist. You're not about to reduce any woman to a sex.
I get that. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people it just comes down to communication. I think it just comes down to communication. Why we have this phenomenon of single mothers who are married. Single mothers.
Oh yeah. I wanted to read
in a marriage. Yeah. You said you wanted to what?
Like posted that. I think that's a good conversation to have because I feel like majority of my friends are married. Like you, Ashley, Jaquetta, my sister. And when I start complaining about being a single mom, I know they'll be like, bitch, let me tell you. And I'll be sitting there and to me, it becomes this like little tug of war about who's struggling the hardest. And it's not y'all bitches, I'm gonna tell you that. But anywho, but it's funny because they really feel like that when it comes to the duty of the child, they really feel like that in a sense that like men are fucking babies and a woman literally got to do all the nurturing jobs type shit. And I think that's partly because like men don't know what to do with a newborn like at first. I think after this is my sister's first child, so I think that's the only thing. But like I don't know. I think men just suck like when it comes to like nurturing children. But I feel like
just tell them what to do. Just tell them what to do. That's all you gotta do. It's just it's annoying. I get it. It's hard to sit up here and to tell a grown man what to do, but can't he come to you and tell you like, look, I don't know what I'm doing and I need you to tell me. So just tell him what to do.
Yeah,
tell him what to do.
It was just one reel of this. She left the baby with the dad, and the dad took the whole Similac bottle thing, the pre-med Enfamil, and had the baby sucking on the whole thing. I feel like sometimes it's the same thing about manipulative. They intentionally do shit wrong so they don't have to do it. Oh, I know how to change a diaper. Like, I think that shit is just fucked up. I just think it gets wild. I think it's getting wild.
Okay, okay, that's true. I'm not even gonna say that's not true because I'm sure people have experienced that. We were 18, me and my husband, when we had our oldest son, who's now 14. Do you think? Well, I was raised in a traditional home where I was taught how to take care of a household and how to take care of a baby, so I kind of already knew. And of course, I had my mother there to help me in the beginning. But he had never done any of that stuff. None of it. You know, but he learned. He learned how to prepare the bottle properly. He learned how to change him. He learned how to bathe him. He learned how to do all that stuff at 18. And he would come over to my house and he would pick up his son and he would take him for the weekend. And I would leave him with him. Whatever they went through, he learned. He got through it. The baby survived. We was fine. It wasn't a big deal. Okay? But if you're going to be the type of mother that's like, oh, if everything isn't done perfectly, if you're making mistakes, then I can't depend on you. That's unrealistic. Okay? People are going to make mistakes. You make mistakes. I made mistakes, you know. So you still have to get them that opportunity to learn. But if you're not giving them the opportunity to be able to make mistakes and you not make a big deal out of it, it's not going to work, because people are going to make mistakes. Every mistake doesn't mean it's over. I feel like you can work on it, especially if they're willing to make the changes that they need to be better.
I agree with you. So the people who's tuning in a little later, it's towards the end of the show.
Yeah.
For some reason I'm getting comments in the inbox instead of the actual show, so it went so fast I can't read it. My apologies. Yeah. But that's ADHD, y'all. I'm telling you, like, I should probably get put on medication. Yeah, we're talking about gender norms in the relationships and like relationship dynamics when it comes to those gender norms, or even if it's a same-sex couple, those, like, because this is my point, is when men tell me they don't know like how to do stuff or do you know, like the reason why they like count the absence, even regardless of if they're married or not. I always ask this question: what do gay men do? Because they have fucking kids too. So I'm like, that's not a fucking excuse to me, because they fucking do it. So why the fuck you can't do it? So it is what it is. I don't allow that to like define anything because you're a man. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. You better learn. Like, I don't care. So that's what we're talking about. What would you say from this live show? Like, what's the gist of it, Miss Jean Marie?
We're just talking about gender norms, like you said, relationships, communication, you know, what you're looking for in a relationship. Basically just talking about how a couple of viral videos about men's expectations of women and women's expectations of men, and how these expectations can hurt your relationship.
I think that was a really good, like, thing. You said it better than I did. You got a way with words. You got a way with words, baby. I just love it.
I love you too. Let's see. It says Schoolboy says it has to be a want to learn. Yes, it does. It does. How do you figure that out though? I mean, you gotta kind of know somebody for a while to figure out whether or not they're putting on the front or if they actually want to learn to do things. Mm-hmm. But is that enough for you? Is that enough for you to have somebody who is completely useless at everything, but at least they want to learn how to get shit done? Is that not really? Well, earlier in the show, you weren't here, but we were talking about having a literal job description of the type of person that you're looking for. And if that person doesn't fit the job description, doesn't fit the job that you need them to do, then you are wasting your time. You should probably move on. And that's not even gender related. I feel like that applies to all genders.
It's your expectations. And you know what I fucking hate? When you ask somebody, I'm like, all right, so obviously I'm the single friend, guys. So when I date and I ask people like what are your expectations or whatever they looking for? Oh, I was looking for a vibe. I said, that don't explain shit. We're in our 30s. So what are your expectations? Because I'm quite literal. Quite literal. So, you want to be friends? I have platonic male friends. Of course, I still need niggas to do male shit. So, hey, we can be friends. So when I'm talking to you, like, what's up, big dog? You know, no, you can't get mad at me, young man. This is what you want. I'm the bro. I'm pretty as fuck, but I want the niggas. What's up? Jesus Christ.
Even talk about when they talk about a vibe. I think NBA YoungBoy was talking about how he was looking for a specific type at one time. He was like, "Oh yeah, I want a woman who was big and then got a BBL or whatever the case may be." But now he's just like, "Now I'm looking for somebody to vibe with." So what the heck does that mean?
It means nothing, because when I say I just don't want you, let's see what the vibe is. Like, it has something to do with the energy though. Like, if it's good energy, maybe. Sometimes I feel like if you go into something and you're not thinking about the end result, it's a waste of fucking time. Like, I feel like I move in purpose. I need people to move in be purposeful as well. Someone, Schoolboy D said, you can tell in a person's characteristics if they have the ability to want to continue to learn by conversation. I'm good at seeing that. I don't know, because there's narcissistic individuals who pretend they love bomb. So I'm not gonna say it's necessarily on a conversation. That's it. I have to see actions. I have to be around that person. I have to spend time with that person. That's not even determine if somebody's gonna be my friend or not. Because if you act just a little weird, I'll be like, I ain't fucking with it, sis. Like, you're not my cup of tea. We're not in the same thing. I wanted to send something to you. This is off the topic. I just have to say this shit right now because in a past show, this has nothing to do with this conversation. But in a past show, you said I'm hard on my friends if they don't dress a certain way or their hair is up a certain way. And I was watching this new docu-series with Tracee Ellis Ross, and it was the first episode about like Oprah. Oprah was like, you know who your real friends because they're not gonna let you out the house looking any kind of fucking way. I said, I want to screen share this shit and like, bitch, I'm a real friend. Like I tell you, hey, that wig ain't wigging. Now, bitch, now you got the boots on. Now. So it's not that I'm looking down or anything. It's that I want people to feel their best. And sometimes you don't know what you look like. What a little edge control. Like, look, swoopy swoop. Nice wig, you know. You feel me? So I saw that. I was like, I really wanted to share that shit. Like, and I think everybody's on Hulu, I think. So check it out. It's called Hair Tales. It's a really good show, such for like Black women empowerment. It's about like the history of hair. Like, it's pretty freaking dope. I thought it was amazing, but I was also under the influence when it came on, and I was really, really, really excited.
Okay, look, I know this is off topic for the show, but I mean, basically the show is over, everybody. Uncensored and all is over. We just talking. But
we off duty. It's
right. We off duty. I get what you're saying. Okay, so there's a difference between telling somebody, oh yeah, you got a booger in your nose, I can see your tag, and all that stuff, versus telling somebody who dresses a certain way that I don't want to be seen with you when you're dressed like that. Not everybody is dressy or whatever. Not everybody is gonna,
like that.
Not everybody's gonna use edge control. I think that is culturally insensitive. Okay.
Even when I was dating that white girl, I told her the same thing. I said, sweetheart, put your hair in a low bun. Going up there, you got a blockhead shaped head, and you my bitch, so we're not gonna be look like that. Soon as that bitch put her head in a low bun, you know who she was. The whole office went crazy. Like, damn. I'm like, yeah, bitch is giving Rico Suave. I'm telling you, because up there you look like Hitler. I don't know, but like I wasn't fucking with it. Like, you know, little manuses, and I feel like it changed her confidence. When it comes to my friends, it was a particular individual, and her wig was crazy. I feel like if I'm volunteering to do something, one thing I'm not gonna talk shit that I'm not gonna help do.
Right.
Here, like, I offer clothes, I offer makeup, because I can do all that shit. So it's not like it's not malicious. What I'm saying is, this is how I perceive myself, and this is how I want to be perceived. If we gonna roll in the same group, bitch, you gonna look like me somewhat. Like, and when I say look like me, I mean be polished. you're a lady. We gonna act like ladies. We gonna look like ladies. We are not gonna look like project bitches. Like, and that's period. Like, that's not how if you want to walk in your wig sideways, I'm not fucking with it. Like yesterday, my fucking lash was hanging off, and I went this whole fucking party with that motherfucker dangling, just dangling. It took two pregnant ass Lala to come and say, yo, your lash is dangling. I said, so how long you watched it? How long you watched? She said, well, I thought you knew. I said, you should have said it when you first walked to the fucking door. Like,
damn.
Don't leave me out, because the way I act, I want people to act the same way about me. Because if I don't like something, I don't think that shit match. I'm like, you shouldn't wear those shoes with that. I don't give a fuck. Like, that's me trying to help. I want you to look your best when you hit outside. And that's what Oprah was saying. She got fired. She got fired at her first job because she didn't want black people to look bad. So she was telling the black people who was on camera, she said, maybe you should take those rollers out or take that bandana off or pull your pants up. And they wanted them to look disgraceful. So I'm not like that. I said, I'm the type of bitch we all gonna win. You know, okay. I was doing this. I'm like, I don't what the fuck is I'm doing that rock eyebrow? What is the people eyebrow? I said,
yeah, no, serious. Like, this one of your eyebrows is like super skinny and defined. The other one is a little thick. Yeah, that one's perfect. That one's a little.
I was thick. Looking. I was just like,
that's just going in, and I know
it's giving. It's giving. I'm like, as I'm staring, I'm like, oh no. Well, they're not twins. They're cousins.
You still look fantastic, though.
Jesus. But back to school board. Yeah, we get what you're saying. My bad. We went on a tangent. We just started talking. Like,
hey, Nizo.
That's who we should have had on here. Happy Sunday.
He was on.
What are we talking about?
He was on his own live. You sent me like 6 different things and put topic on them.
Which one are you going to choose?
For my topic to talk about next week, we need to relate it to mental health.
Mm-hmm.
The next topic. Whatever.
Well, I can do it this one. Gender identity, that's our developing as a baby, right? Because we push our social norms. At the end of the day, it's not mental health. That's sociology. It's human behavior. That's technically. So, I mean, anything could be like gender identity affects LGBT community a lot when it comes to mental health. Being told there's something when they don't want to be something. I can always tie, my expertise into some shit. But
you are such a gentleman.
I'm off duty, baby.
Nizo said, I see y'all looking good and late on this Sunday. I don't know about
thank
all
you,
that.
sweetheart.
Always. Me, I'm a little basic today, but I'm usually basic.
No, you're not. You're never basic, baby.
Right. But yeah, I'm not gonna turn down the compliment. Thank you very much. I don't even remember half the shit you sent me, so I'm gonna have to go through it and see which topic that I want to pick for next week. But thank you, everybody.
Well, it's going to be exciting, you guys. So tune in next week.
Uncensored and off duty. We will be posting up what the next week's topic will be. So make sure you are following our channel so you can see what it's going to be. We're going to ask people some questions. We really want to hear your input and what you have to say about the show and us moving forward. So just let us know. Don't be afraid to DM us or whatever. We do respond to people's questions and stuff that they say to us. So we're not the type of people that ignore people. So please, just DM us. Thank you for joining us. This is Uncensored and Off Duty with Bunny and Nega Bunny 44. Catch us on Instagram, and you can watch this show on YouTube. You be like, man, I watched this show. These bitches is crazy. Go to YouTube if you want to share it or whatever. Make
Tell
sure
a friend.
Yes.
Or whatever.
Share, subscribe. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Bye. Peace, love, and chicken grease.